Peace, everybody. Confessions. Peace, everybody. Confessions. Peace, everybody. Confessions. You are listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on 102 Jams. What's the deal, everybody? Once again, welcome back to another episode of Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM 102jams.com. Hopefully you've been enjoying the past few shows, and definitely we got another hot topic for you that I know a lot of people, especially if you go to church, a lot of people deal with. And I just had this conversation earlier, probably about a month or two ago, and just sent it on my IG page a little while ago. So we will be dealing with church hurt, family. Church hurt is today's subject. We'll be right back with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM 102jams.com. Peace.
Our mission at P&P Cleaning Services is simple: to provide high-quality service in a timely manner. Our team caters to each project's specific needs to ensure excellence. We specialize in commercial cleaning, COVID fumigation, janitorial cleaning services, move-in out-of-business cleaning, medical office space cleaning, and so much more. For more information and rates, give us a call at 321-356-0203 for all your cleaning needs.
All you dolls out there, this is me, Sizzle. 2019 flew by and my friend still did not have the body she wanted. Then I discovered a solution: the cosmetic surgery place. Yes, cosmetic surgery. Don't spend another minute miserable. Call 407-636-5000. She did. Now my friend is all of that and then some.
Be one of the next 7 callers to receive your breast surgery free with a tummy tuck. Yes, free. Call now at 407-636-5000.
This is Aretha Simons. When I'm driving, I'm listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on 102 Jams.
Are you frustrated with your computer? Tired of waiting for the computer to let you get your work done? Having an IT professional available when you need him can be invaluable to your business. With a Your Computer Solutions monthly service plan, you can enjoy error-free computing and get your tasks done when you want them done. Got a virus or malware warning? Call YCS and let them remotely solve the issue for you. Computer running slow? Give YCS a call and they will remotely fix it. When? Well, right away. On average, our clients are back up and running within 10 minutes of their call. If you want your computer to run smoothly month after month, just get the Your Computer Solutions monthly service plan. Your Computer Solutions is there when you need them. Call us today at 407-826-0810. I repeat, 407-826-0810. Emergency repair when you need it. Call us, 407-826-0810.
What the deal, family? Once again, welcome back to another episode of Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM 102jams.com. Listen, we are back with another hot topic, and I thought this would be really, really dope to have as a topic, because I've had this conversation before, actually in church, as well as amongst my friends outside of the church or what have you. And as I stated before, we went to break, I had this conversation. I swear I had this conversation. Well, let me not say swear, but I promise you I had this conversation a while ago. And actually I did have this conversation a little earlier. And it's called church hurt. And we've all been dealing with it before. Now I see a lot of my friends post on Facebook, that, they've been hurt by the church or what have you, or people in the church. And, church is supposed to be that one place where people are supposed to come and feel, not judged, but comforted, And I would say probably instead of letting other people convict them of certain things, I would just say let them come to their own convictions with God. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already bad enough that some people are probably feeling bad about the stuff that they've already done and or doing rather. In a lot of cases, and we don't need judgmental Christians. To go ahead and pour some more gravel or dirt on our lives as it is. Now I say that way. Listen, let's be clear. I am a Christian myself. I believe in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, absolutely. And I believe he is my Lord and Savior. So I want to get that out the way before you think I'm speaking blasphemy, because I'm not. But I want to say this. People are leaving the church in astronomical numbers, and a lot of it has to do with the people in the church. So that a lot of times people don't want to come anymore. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, a lot of people's favorite church is Bedside Baptist. You know what I'm saying? Or how I like to say, Bedside Baptist Church of God in Christ. You know what I'm saying? Or however you want to say it. Because they just feel like, they don't have to worry about, oh, Sister so-and-so going to get mad if I sit in her pew seat. Or, I can't, somebody going to be mad if I sit here or what have you, or if I say this or what, this, that, and the other. No, they can lay in the comfort of their own bed, enjoy church, from the comfort of their own bed or what have you. Me personally, I know with the pandemic going on, Bedside Baptist Church of God in Christ, AME Zion Church has been great, you know what I'm saying? But, I would much rather be in the building. Me personally, I love fellowshipping, with my other fellow Christians that I go to my church with, which is Christian Family Worship Center here in Orlando, Florida. And, that's what I personally like to do. But again, and my pastor, shout out to Pastor Jerry Q. Parries. He has spoken about this. You know what I'm saying? Now, I won't say exactly verbatim what he said, but he's spoken. I know I've heard him for sure talk about this in church. You know what I'm saying? With church hurt, and then people wonder why the church ain't has a problem growing or what have you. And this is a big problem. So I want to start here. So, of course, according to, and I'm getting this information that I'm about to say right now off of Erica Campbell's website. It's getuperica.com. And according to, she gives a basic breakdown of the definition of church hurt. Now, it occurs when you've been a victim of a total abuse of power in the church. And this abuse of power could be anything from sexual assault, and molestation, to psychological manipulation, or what have you. And of course, judgment from judgmental Christians, which of course has all been done or what have you. Now, what I'm saying is, family, look, we need to just be mindful of, number one, judging people, period. That's number one. And then number two, you want to be mindful of, how you judge people if you're going to judge them at all. Now, I posted something earlier on my personal Instagram page, in regards speaking out on church hurt, and I thought it was very, very, important for me to say that, for me, I can only name about 3 people in the Bible, you know what I'm saying, that did not sin, quote unquote, did not sin. Obviously, one of them is God. Obviously, the second one is Jesus. And the third one, I might add, if I'm not mistaken, is Job. Most of everyone else in the Bible that, particularly, and maybe Virgin Mary. So we'll add, a fourth one. I can't remember if she did anything, quote unquote, wrong or what have you. But, for instance, those are the only people I could think of that never committed a sin, if anything. And at least, no, they never committed a sin. I was about to say something different, but no, they ain't never committed a sin, nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? So from the dawn of mankind, since Adam and Eve or what have you, mankind has been in this, quote unquote, how some people say, sinful nature or what have you. You know what I'm saying? And, we just need to be more mindful of that. And I find it funny, or ironic rather, that people give more grace to Adam and Eve than they do to people today. You know what I'm saying? And they the ones that, this whole sin thing came into existence. You know what I'm saying? And but people give them more grace or what have you than anybody else in this world. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, church hurt for usually the way that most of my friends, I would say also probably use it, is in the fact like this. You say like someone that has someone that was a stripper. All right, probably stripper at the best known, or any strip club there was. Maybe she was a personal stripper or what have you, and decides one day, you know what, in her own conviction, she wants to give her life over to Christ. You know what I'm saying? And decides to join a church, one day, or come to church one day. But, all of a sudden, she's going to the church where just about everybody, if not everybody, at least almost everybody or just a lot of people knows what she did or what have you, or knows the type of life that she used to live. And now all of a sudden people are coming down on her because, and you know how people talk in the church. It's like, girl, she coming to Jesus now. Oh, she coming to Jesus now, huh? Girl, I swear this last month, wasn't she down the King of Diamonds and dropping it like it's hot and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it'd be like that. Or you say like, you get somebody that used to be a drug dealer or doesn't want to be a drug dealer anymore. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden they're in their own conviction saying, no, this isn't right. I should not be doing this. You know what I'm saying? And they want to go ahead and give their life to God or what have you. Then it's like, he you know what he used to do? He used to be selling crack rock and this, that, and blah, 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 blah. And, people talking about him worse than when he was out on the block selling the rock, you know what I mean? And that's a huge problem that we have, and a lot of times people are not even wanting to come to the church anymore because they feel like, they're worse than, a lot of church folks are worse than the so-called secular people, or people, or how they say in the church, of the worldly people or what have you, and it made me really think, which is why I posted my video earlier. If you want to follow me again on my Instagram page, the Phoenix 516, it really made me think there for a second, like, people are really out here judging people for their past actions or what have you, in ways that Jesus himself doesn't judge people. You know what I'm saying? Or at least not the way he did in the Bible. Now, granted, as a Christian, I believe Jesus is still judging everybody as we speak. But you know what? We leave the judgment to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know where personally you are in your walk with God. But my thing is, I'm not going to pass judgment on you because I don't know where your path is going to lead you. You know what I'm saying? You may be involved in some, unlawful or immoral stuff now, but that doesn't mean you're going to be involved in that later. And you know what I'm saying? That may be part of your testimony to help keep somebody else out of that life or help get someone else out of that life. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes that's what happens, that we lose focus in that regard. Like, be careful how you talk with people, because people are coming to God for comfort, or at least coming to the church, to get comfort, for their past life or what have you, or help to get out of that particular life. And they come to the church and their wounds get opened up wider than they've already been. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that's worse than the actual physical scar is the actual mental one. Because a lot of times, those mental scars are a lot harder to heal than those physical scars. And you know what I'm saying? You can go to the doctor or what have you, you get cut, all right, couple of stitches, you know what I'm saying? Or depending on how deep the cut is, if it's not that bad of a cut, put some Neosporin on it, or clear it up with some alcohol or peroxide or what have you, put some Neosporin on it, put a Band-Aid, call it a day. But those mental scars, you know what I'm saying? Those ones that people really want to hold on to or what have you, and keep, that bitterness in them. Those are the ones that are the hardest to get out of someone's head. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they see something that reminds them of that. You know what I'm saying? Or is things that you just should not be doing. So. In that regard, it's like, I want y'all to sit there and think about and talk about if you got friends and family with you or what have you. And of course, share this. You know what I'm saying? This is something that needs to be talked about. Like, how have you dealt with church hurt? And have you been hurt by the church before? You know what I'm saying? And have you had, like, random people that's come up, or random, like, Christians come up and judge you or what have you in some type of regard and, talk about you so much, to your face, in terms of, like, either to your face or behind your back or what have you, talk about you so bad that you're just like, I'm not dealing with them no more. And before I forget, let me just also add, when someone of the faith, judges you like that, that doesn't mean that they're a representative, and that doesn't mean that every other Christian feels the same way. You know what I'm saying? Which is the reason why I'm doing this particular episode. You know what I'm saying? I want you to know that, you know what, no matter what, God loves you where you are, exactly where you are. Now, I will say this, He may not love everything that we do, and notice I said we do. I'm putting everybody in that discussion as we. You know what I'm saying? Me, myself included. God may not be pleased with everything that I've done or, am doing or what have you. But I know at the end of the day, it's within my own conviction to get things right. There's been things, and that can be transparent. I'm going to be transparent as possible right now. You know what I'm saying? Speaking in regards for premarital sex or what have you. Yeah, at one point I was all about that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was all about that. You know what I'm saying? And my wife, prior to getting married, she put the clamp on it. Like, nope, not happening till we get married. And she and I would go back and forth about this, all the time. But at the end of the day, I had to come to my own conviction. She didn't talk bad about me. We might have just disagreed on the subject at the time, but I came to my own conviction that something was not right in my spirit, and so I ended up agreeing with her that I would rather wait until I got married, and we didn't do anything at all in that regard. But listen, we're going to come right back with this topic, church hurt. You're listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM102jams.com. We'll be right back with more, family. All right, stay tuned after these messages. Peace.
Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org.
Peace, family. Again, this is Brian with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea. Don't want y'all to forget, also, I host a weekly open mic called Writer's Block. Who's next? Every Saturday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday at TNT Cafe. That's TEAANDTEA Cafe. Address 127 West Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. So again, Writer's Block at TNT Cafe, 127 West Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. Peace, y'all.
The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of their dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering to trophies and awards. The cool part about Custom Designs is they can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373 and tell them that
Tiberius
sent you.
See David Smith Law.com.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
Wait, you are not Chuck.
My dad can help when people get hurt. He loves to help people.
If you are ever injured at work or in a car accident, you should call my friend Chuck.
You can call him at 407-801-2667.
That website again is cwsmithlaw.com.
Offices, Orlando.
Does it actually have that much W's?
T&S Beauty Supply is a black-owned beauty supply store located minutes from Orlando in Apopka, Florida. T&S Beauty Supply is not only your local hair store supplying weaves, wigs, bundles, and more, but we also offer all types of beauty supply products and accessories such as barber equipment, cosmetics, jewelry, and so much more. We offer competitive prices and quality service. Stop by or call us at 407-814-3412.
Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today, and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810.
All right, family, and again, we're back with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM 102jams.com. And also, family, don't want you to forget you can download the WJHM 102jams.com app on your Android and your Apple device. That's right, on Android and your Apple device. You can download the WJHM 102jams.com app. And also, don't want to forget, family, if you would love to advertise your business with my show, Confessions with Brian T. Bethea, as well as just the station in general, WJHM102jams.com, you can definitely reach out to me. Message me on Facebook, Confessions with Brian T. Bethea. On Facebook, you can definitely do that, or shoot me an email. Send me an email at thephoenix516 at yahoo.com. You can definitely send it to me there as well, and we can get the ball rolling on that. But going back to the subject at hand, church hurt. As I was stating before we went to the break, me and my lady had this discussion quite a lot, about premarital sex or what have you, and I was, I was trying to go there every which way. I'm like, come on, baby, let a brother, have some or what have you, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I want to be transparent, but at the end of the day, like for me, I didn't have anybody judge me, at least not that I know of. My wife didn't even judge me for that or what have you. She loves me to life, you know what I'm saying? And I will say this, she stuck with me. She held on to her principles or what have you. And, we waited until we got married. But at the end of the day, I came to my own conviction and told her one day, you know what, baby, I came to my own conviction and I felt God tell me, I know God told me, to wait or what have you. And that's just me, you know what I'm saying? Now, you have to let people most times, I would say, come to their own convictions in that regard. You know what I'm saying? And, you can't be so judgmental, because otherwise people will never want to come to God if you're being so judgmental all the time. You know what I'm saying? And, so we have to be careful about that. Now, what I thought was interesting, I saw something, and I'm on AllisonCookPhD.com. And that's where I am reading this from. And I thought this was interesting when I saw this. And she gave 4 steps to heal from church hurt. She said, step 1, define church hurt as abuse. Church leaders hold powers, but great power includes great responsibility, like Spider-Man. If someone misuses their power, the result is defined as abuse, which means to act in a manner to cause bad effect or for a bad purpose, misuse. And then she says, a church has power to gather, encourage, and heal God's beloved people. On the positive side, church can help you. It can help you encourage yourself and others, give thanks and marvel at God's wonders, grow in humble, honest self-awareness, pray with other people, grow in wisdom and knowledge of God, care of those who are most vulnerable. Those are all scriptures as well. I might add that she added right there. Step 2, separate the church hurt from God's character. I think that is very, very important. A lot of times when we suffer from church hurt, we think that is God's character. No, that's the character of that person that hurt the other person or persons involved. That is not God's character. So I definitely agree with that. Some aspects of God's character are crystal clear throughout the Bible. If you feel busted up or beaten up by the church community, then it is important to step back for a moment and remind yourself who God is apart from the hurtful actions. For instance, and these are all scriptures here, God loves justice, mercy, and humility. That's Micah 6:8. God is for the poor in spirit, the grief-stricken, the humble, the brokenhearted, and the peacemakers. That's Matthew 5:1-12. And God stands against the proud and the humble, and for the humble. James 4:6. God is love. 1 John 4:7. And then, of course, God's presence shows up as love, peace, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. That's Galatians 5:22 and 23. Let's go here. Step 3, recover your power. I feel like a pastor right now. Recover your power. If you've experienced church hurt, it can cause you to feel helpless and alone. In order to reclaim your power, you need to set boundaries. So with those responsible, you need to set boundaries with those responsible for your pain. Then you also need to heal the agony inside your own soul. But in order to heal, you need that help of safe people. And we need the help of safe people. And she said, here are some ways to start with that process. Prioritize your own emotional recovery first. It is not your job to have empathy for those in power who hurt you. There might be a time for forgiveness and for reconciliation way down the road, but it is far more important that you separate yourself out from the harm and restore the parts of yourself that were wounded. And she says, seek support outside of the church. If your church culture is toxic, it's crucial to get healthy perspective from someone who is outside that environment. For instance, contact a counselor or a trusted advisor who can help you stay clear and grounded as you name the church hurt and find your way to a solid ground. Now, I want to say be careful with that. Definitely what I would say is go to maybe a Christian counselor, if anything, you know what I'm saying, in that regard. Someone who can really deal with that particular church hurt and understands how the church works, you know what I'm saying, in order to deal with that particular hurt. And wait to communicate until you have a strong support network. That's another thing that she adds under step 3. Once you are clear about the nature of your church hurt, you might try to communicate boundaries with the leaders of a church community. But please do not take this step alone, is what she says. It is wise to enlist help to ensure that you don't get pulled back into a web of toxicity and experience more harm if you do decide to confront a hurtful leader. Make sure you have support, then pay close attention to the response. You will quickly learn if that person is messy but loving or someone who is truly toxic. If it's the latter, it is probably time to find a new church community. And then step 4, reclaim your spiritual practices. As you begin to reclaim your personal power, you can also reclaim some spiritual practices. But just like any physical wound, certain situations may rekindle more pain. So with emotional pain, there may be specific words and practices that seem normal to everyone else, but such as prayer or listening to a sermon, but they bring up uncomfortable, painful feelings within you. That's because those practices got twisted due to the leader's abusive actions. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, those are some good points. That I felt like, she came up with, so I'm glad I came across that. Definitely take those 4 steps, family. I would say those seem like very good steps to me in order to, deal with church hurt or what have you. And, it's been far too many stories. There have been far too many stories that I can say that I've seen or heard people deal with personally. Such as a pregnancy within the church. I don't mean to say that. Kind of, sort of, but let's say you take a teenage pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? A teenage girl that got pregnant, maybe she's roughly about 15, 16 years old or so, and she's dealt with, now she has to not only deal with her parents or parent, depending, if one parent is active or depending if one parent is the only parent that is active in the child's life or not, or what have you. Dealing with that, and then on top of that, you have to deal with judgmental people. It's just like, ooh, girl, you heard so-and-so daughter got pregnant? Girl, you for real? Girl, let me tell you, and ain't she only a sophomore or a junior in high school? That type of, and now all of a sudden you got this little girl thinking, oh, you can't, she got to sit down from singing in the choir, because she done got pregnant or what have you, which is something I don't particularly understand, that particular one. Now, I understand there are some cases in which, some people will have to sit down, particularly if you're an officer of the church, mostly probably because it looks bad or what have you. But, something like that, especially for someone who's not an officer of the church, in that regard, like, come on, man. That's, it's just wild, for that, especially, when some of those judgmental people are some of those judgmental people that actually went through, exactly what these young people are going through or what have you. You know what I'm saying? So you have a deaconess or a so-called mother of the church or what have you, and, they talking about that same daughter that, that same woman, that young woman that got pregnant at 15, 16 years old, and they got pregnant, and they were pregnant at 16, 17 years old out of wedlock. Now all of a sudden they live in this so-called, holy life or what have you. Now all of a sudden they forgot where they came from. Instead of taking time to get to know that young woman, that young lady, and know what she's dealing with. It's bad enough being pregnant as a teenager in the first place, because you're probably, I'm not, granted, young women, young ladies, I'm not a woman, I'm not a girl or what have you, but I can only imagine at a certain age, if you've ever been pregnant at a certain age, you're probably scared to death or what have you, that you even got pregnant in the first place, and you don't know what to do. You don't know what it's like to be, carrying a baby for 9 months, or or you probably got thoughts going through your head right now of, maybe, for instance, if you hope your baby's not born prematurely, and you hope that your baby's not, stillborn or what have you. So that, all of the emotions that go through a woman's mind when she's pregnant, you got all that you're dealing with right now. And in a case like that, look, by then the action's done. All that, all that coming down and being judgmental on the young ladies that are currently going through this or have gone through this right now, the action's already been done. The thing is, right now, you're going to have to teach these people like that, how to get through their pregnancy. Teach the young people how to get through their pregnancy at this point. You know what I'm saying? And, make sure that they end up with a healthy, a healthy child or what have you. You know what I'm saying? And just let them know that, it's all right. God still loves them anyway. Everybody messes up. And as a matter of fact, I find it funny and ironic, or rather ironic, Jesus had more compassion for the people who killed him while he was on the cross than for judgmental Christians who want to mentally crucify people trying to come to church or trying to get their life together. You know what I'm saying, in that regard. Which don't you find that ironic? Jesus himself, while on the cross, said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." You know what I'm saying? And this is going through while he's being crucified, 12-inch nails, hammered into his hands and feet, having a spear, pierce his side. You know what I'm saying? And this is all after the fact that he had been beaten, if I'm not mistaken, almost beyond recognition or what have you. Had a crown of thorns placed on his head, so that, you got all these thorns digging in his skull or what have you. Being whipped, with the point to the point where the whips, if my reading in the Bible is correct, they had points or spikes at the end of the whip, so that when they whipped him and and brought the whip back, it would tear a piece of his flesh off. The man still had enough compassion to be like, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they've done. And here we are being as judgmental Christians or what have you, crucifying somebody who's wants to get their life together or what have you. Now, I can't speak really for people who are still doing certain things, and that might be even myself included, but I'm really talking about those, mostly talking about those people who want to get their life together, and they're in their own convictions. They want to live a godly life or what have you. Now, if you're being a hypocrite, you're talking one way but living another. Look, we've all been there. God bless you. God keep you. Heaven smile upon you, as we sometimes say. But we need to be mindful of that, man. And a goal of a Christian is to be more Christ-like. And granted, the brother was perfect. His brother was perfect. Now we, how we say in the church, we all fall short of the glory of God, or in that regard. But you can't fault anybody for at least giving it their best effort. I won't even say try. Y'all know I don't like to use the word trying no more. But at least giving the best effort possible. And let's be, we want to be like realistic. Most times, most people are going to fall short, in that regard. Most times, I don't know anybody, even that's been saved in that regard. I don't know anybody at some point, hadn't done something either immoral or hadn't done something immoral. I'll say that, someone, it can be something small, whether it's looking at a woman in a particular way, or looking at someone in a sexual manner, to talking bad about somebody, and people have literally changed their life around, only to be reminded by the same people that they're coming to be a part of, that, oh, you used to do this, that, and the other, you can't come here, or what have you, so it's funny how the one person that we're supposed to be like had more compassion for those that had more compassion for those that killed him, and those that plotted to kill him, and again, rather than those that want to ridicule every little thing that everyone else did, prior to become a Christian. Now, I say this also, it's funny how some Christians will talk about how some people used to live an ungodly life, but they're quick to quote people, or quick to bring up examples of people who lived or did a certain way, that I will explain after the break when we come back with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM 102jams.com. We're going to bring up some examples in the hypocrisy of everything that goes on when we talk about this type of stuff. All right, family? So we'll be right back after these messages with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea. All right, y'all? We'll be right back. Peace.
When I'm driving, I'm listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on 102 Jams.
Homeowners, realtors, property managers, and real estate investors. If you're looking to make that house a home, from kitchen bath flooring, popcorn removal, drywall, and painting, True Pine Maintenance is your go-to company. Licensed and insured, they do commercial and residential. Upgrade your home or business today. With 25 years experience in the business, they can surely meet your needs. Give them a call at 407-723-3826. That's True Pine Maintenance, LIC.
Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com. Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today, and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810. The Typia Show would like to thank Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gator rights. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now. Get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com. Mid-State Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call Mid-State Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855. The Type View Show would like to thank one of our dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom Braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering, to trophies and awards. They can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373.
All right, family, and again, we're back with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM 102jams.com. And again, thank y'all for hanging with me. Of course, we're talking about church hurt right now. And just before we went to break, what I wanted to bring up, of course, as we know that, listen, we need to talk about how people be committing church hurt, but when they use scriptures or what have you, in regards for that, a lot of the scriptures that they use are from people that did a lot of the church hurt themselves, 2,000-3,000 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, for instance, Apostle Paul, before he was, Apostle Paul, he was Saul, and he was murdering Christians and putting, arresting them left and right. Or what have you, you know what I'm saying? And, all of a sudden one day he's walking down the road or what have you, and God, Jesus calls out to him saying, Paul, why are you hurting my people or what have you? You know what I'm saying? And this is, and he's arguably one of the most quoted people in the Bible when we talk about scripture. Yet, people never really, they only talk about his story, when it's about redemption. Now, all of a sudden, people want to talk about God's glory or what have you. Now, yes, we know we have testimonies or what have you, but I'm talking to, those people that are being judgmental, about people, what I'm saying, in that regard. We have a lot of new Apostle Pauls these days as well. You know what I'm saying? Quite a few, I might add. You know what I'm saying? And I know we had people out of, that have now been out of jail or what have you for God knows how long. And they've turned their life around. Now they're living a righteous life, or as righteous as possible or what have you. But, people then want to bring up their past about why they was in jail, and, so, we got to be careful with that. David, David had, I don't know how many, at least, I want to say about 28 wives, or give or take a few. He had quite a few. And, Solomon has 700 wives and 300 concubines. Let me repeat that. 700 wives, 300 concubines. And let me just say this. One day I had a little too much time on my hands and decided to count how many, exactly. Now, granted, I know that's 1,000 women, so I know that off bat. But I had to actually break it down in terms of, the amount of women, in case he wanted to, have relations with any of those women. Solomon could have two different women every day for about a period of about 3 years. You know what I'm saying? That's how many he had. And God, and mind you, I might add, he disobeyed God's orders in terms of not marrying women, in terms of not to marry women from other countries, for they would turn his heart away from him, or what have you. You know, and Solomon did it anyway. But all we talk about, you know what I'm saying, is Solomon's wisdom and how wise he was, and how he was the most prolific king in all of the Bible, or what have you, if not history, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be careful with that. We don't want to talk about their mess ups. David, for example, and I'm not saying this to be spiteful. I'm using this as an example so that we can stop being hypocrites in terms of this particular subject. You know, David, for example, had Uriah killed. Well, backtrack for those of y'all that know the story. David slept with Bathsheba, got her pregnant, had her husband Uriah killed, and tried to, you know, make it seem like, tried to get him drunk in order for him to sleep with her, and tried all that he could so that he could pass off her pregnancy as Uriah's, and it did not work. And eventually he set up Uriah to be killed. So number one, David committed adultery, and he participated in a murder. But he was still called a man after God's own heart, and I'm going to tell you why. Because he repented. He repented of his sin. Once he came, and once his sin was pointed out, you know, of course, when the baby was born, of course, the baby was sick or what have you, and he prayed, he fasted, he did everything that he thought he could, and you know, and when the prophet came in and told him the child has died or what have you, he got up, rose, and you know, went back to living. And you know, at that point he had to realize, like, you know, he did all the repenting that he could do, but the redemption in that is that he laid down and had relations again with Bathsheba, and the next child that they ended up having, at least the way it's recorded in the Bible, is that Solomon came from this union or what have you. So God took a mess up and turned it around and made it a blessing. You never know, someone's mess ups could be their blessing in disguise, some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So God still found a way to bless, you know, David and Solomon and Bathsheba in that regard, and made Solomon the one to build his temple. You know, so, you know, you have to be careful how you judge, because you never know what God may have planned for somebody, you know, in that regard. You know what I mean? So I just want y'all to be mindful. And of course, you know, I will say this. I'm representing my organization right now for those of y'all that are wearing, that are watching the video or what have you. I want to say my views may not necessarily agree with the views of the brothers of Group 5 Groove Social Fellowship Incorporated, but I do want, these are just my personal views, and then some of my brothers agree with me, and that's all well and dandy. But you know, I just wanted to make sure that I just put this message out there for everybody. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop the hypocrisy or what have you. Love people where they're at and encourage them to do better. Now, I want to also say this. I will still use discernment. Absolutely. Still use discernment. You know, there's still, if you live in a godly life, you know, of course, use discernment in terms of the type of people, you know, you bring around you, of course, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be, you know, you don't want to backslide or nothing like that. And I also want to add something else, yo, fam. Like, for real quick, for those of y'all that say, I'm going to come to church when I get my life together, no, it don't work like that, family. You know what I'm saying? You should be coming to church anyway to get your life together. You know what I'm saying? I know we talked about church hurt, but I'm saying still come to God to get your life together. Don't wait until the time is right, because you may never know when your time is up. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, you know, if you're listening to this message right now, go ahead and, you know, if you want to turn your life around, go ahead and turn your life around. right now. And go ahead and go to church or ask for prayer or what have you in that regard, family. All right. But listen, you've been listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM102jams.com. Listen, family, don't forget, download the WJHM102jams.com app on your Android or Apple device. We will be right back. Go pay some bills after these messages on WJHM102jams.com with Confessions. All right, y'all. We'll be right back. Peace.
Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org. Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad, my computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810. Hi, my name is Tiberius Boy. I work with Your Computer Solutions. If your computer is not working, my dad can fix it. He can fix it on-site or remotely. Just call him at 407-826-0810 and tell him Tiberius sent you. That's me. The phone number again is 407-826-0810.
Hey guys, this is TC1, and when I stay in Orlando, I like to stay at the Quality Suites over on International Drive. They are amazing properties, simple rooms in an all-suite hotel with outdoor pool, a restaurant, plus free Wi-Fi and shuttle. Guys, give them a call at 407-363-0332. They're located at 7400 Canada Ave, Orlando, Florida, 32819.
Peace, family. Again, this is Brian with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea. Don't want y'all to forget, also, I host a weekly open mic called Writer's Block. Who's next? Every Saturday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday at TNT Cafe. That's TEAANDTEA Cafe. Address 127 West Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. So again, Writer's Block at TNT Cafe, 127 West Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. Peace, y'all.
All you dolls out there, this is me, Sizzle. 2019 flew by and my friend still did not have the body she wanted. Then I discovered a solution. The cosmetic surgery place. Yes, cosmetic surgery. Don't spend another minute miserable. Call 407-636-5000. She did. Now my friend is all of that and then some.
Be one of the next 7 callers to receive your breast surgery. Free with a tummy tuck. Yes, free. Call now at 407-636-5000.
This is Aretha Simons. When I'm driving, I'm listening to Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on 102 Jams.
All right, family, and again, we're back to close out the show with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM102jams.com. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. I also want to say my views do not reflect the views of WJHM102jams.com. Just want to make sure I add that in there, just my own personal thing here. And of course, definitely want to make sure that you download the WJHM 102jams.com app, exactly how I spelled it, on your Apple or Android device. Again, WJHM102jams.com app, exactly how I spelled it, and that is jams with a Z. Okay, so definitely download that. I'll give out my social media. Of course, you can find me on Facebook at Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on Facebook. As well as Brian T. Bethea Confessions. Of course, the first one I listed is my podcast Facebook page, and then the second one I listed is my Facebook page, my artist public figure page, or what have you. Definitely like like and follow me on both of those pages as well. Message me, of course, if you'd like to. Positive stuff only, please. And then, of course, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at The Phoenix 516. Once again, The Phoenix 516 at both Instagram and Twitter. That's ThePhoenix 516 at both Instagram and Twitter. And of course, my YouTube channel is just Brian Bethea. Now, family, my first name is spelled B-R-I-A-N, not brain, not B-R-A-I-N, but B-R-I-A-N. Last name is spelled B-E-T-H-E-A. So you can definitely follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please, I want more subscribers on my YouTube channel. Definitely subscribe. And then, of course, we definitely have also the my ReverbNation.com page. That's ReverbNation.com /Brian, B-R-I-A-N, middle initial T, and then last name Bethea, B-E-T-H-E-A. Definitely follow me on my website right there as well. Listen to some of my poetry, and of course, don't forget, fam. Yeah, I got my EP still streaming, going live, going hard on Spotify. Re-Rise of the Phoenix. Once again, Re-Rise of the Phoenix. You can find that on the Water Walkers channel on Spotify. And Station Head as well. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's Walkers spelled with an A-S at the end. W-A-L-K-A-S at the end. So shout out to my man Jermaine or J-Maine who produced that project. Listen, family, it's been real. Talk about this, family. Talk about how you can get over church hurt and get through church hurt. This is something that we definitely need to talk about. I will talk about this again, and next time have guests on here to talk about it. Because I had a couple of friends that wanted to talk about it or what have you, and they just couldn't make it today. All right, so we'll be back next week, family, with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea on WJHM 102jams.com. Thank y'all for listening to me. Catch y'all next time, family. Y'all be safe out there, all right? Peace.
Are you frustrated with your computer? Tired of waiting for the computer to let you get your work done? Having an IT professional available when you need him can be invaluable to your business. With a Your Computer Solutions monthly service plan, you can enjoy error-free computing and get your tasks done when you want them done. Got a virus or malware warning? Call YCS and let them remotely solve the issue for you. Computer running slow? Give YCS a call and they will remotely fix it. When? Well, right away. On average, our clients are back up and running within 10 minutes of their call. If you want your computer to run smoothly month after month, just get the Your Computer Solutions monthly service plan. Your Computer Solutions is there when you need them. Call us today at 407-826-0810. I repeat, 407-826-0810. Emergency repair when you need it. Call us, 407-826-0810.
Peace, family. Again, this is Brian with Confessions with Brian T. Bethea. Don't want y'all to forget, also, I host a weekly open mic called Writer's Block. Who's next? Every Saturday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday at TNT Cafe. That's TEAANDTEA Cafe. Address 127 West Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. So again, Writer's Block at TNT Cafe, 127 West Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. Peace, y'all.
Are your computers giving you problems? Trash it. We'll show you the speed demon. YCS? You'll say yes. Call us today. Call us tomorrow. Just call us. The number is 407-826-0810. Again, 407-826-0810. Oh yeah, ask for Pierre.
Hey guys, this is TC1, and when I stay in Orlando, I like to stay at the Quality Suites over on International Drive. They are amazing properties, simple rooms in an all-suite hotel with outdoor pool, a restaurant, plus free Wi-Fi and shuttle. Guys, give them a call at 407-363-0332. They're located at 7400 Canada Ave, Orlando, Florida, 32819.
Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today, and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810.
Crabs for you at 300 Henson Avenue, Haines City. Call today at 1-863-440-8991. Come try some fresh seafood, the best seafood in town. Fresh from the dock and delicious, it makes you want to get down. Featuring specialty Maine lobster, snow crab, gator sausage. Call now 1-863-440-8991. Crabs for you.